So hello. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. So y'all, we got to look out for these scams. People are scamming left and right. Okay. So I actually have one, and now you may say, oh, happy ending to it. Fine. But it says New Jersey man gets 5 years in prison for role in $400,000 GoFundMe scam. All right. So you got three people involved in this. You got the boyfriend, you got the girlfriend, then you got the homeless dude. All right. And I was like, homeless dude? What? We'll get into it. All right. It said the trio created a scheme in November 2017 when D'Amico took a picture of McClure and Bobbitt standing near exit ramp on the intersection in Philadelphia. Okay. They said they cooked up a fairy tale narrative. All right. So essentially it's the female, the girlfriend, or at this time, they say now it's ex-girlfriend, but at the time, girlfriend. So you had the girlfriend who had a flat tire. No, she needed gas. That's what it was. You had the girlfriend who needed gas. And she's like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't have any gas or whatever. So you have the homeless man who was like, you know what? I care. I really care. Here's my last $20. Get some gas, please. I don't want you to end up here like me. All right. So that's what essentially happened. Everyone nowadays got to put everything out on the YouTubes and the Facebooks and everything. So it was put everywhere. All right. Little did everyone know, they actually raised over $400,000. Not $400, not $4,000, $400,000 they ended up raising from everyone who was like, oh my goodness. And then you later find out it was all a scam. All right. So it says a New Jersey man who pled guilty in 2019 for his role in a GoFundMe scam that raised over $400,000 by tricking donors into thinking they were donating money to the homeless veteran who had been sentenced to 5 years in the state prison. All right. So they have to pay all the money back and all that. All right. So I got a little bit more on here. So as I told you with the whole story, you got to pay. I ran out of gas and I needed $20 and they gave me the money and all that, right? So it says more than 14,000 people ended up donating, and the trio story became a national news and landed them on TV. It said the money, which far exceeded the $10,000, that's all they were asking for, but people were like, oh my goodness, so sweet, and they gave more, was spent by D'Amico and McClure on casino. So they got this money, all right, and they spent it on casino gambling, personal items such as a BMW, a New Year's trip to Las Vegas, a helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon, and Louis Vuitton handbags. This is what they used that money on. Okay, that's supposed to go to the helpless veteran, whatever, homeless dude that gave you $20. All right. It said that they only gave the homeless dude, $75,000. He found out, you supposed to have given me at least half of that. He was supposed to have really, I think, came away from all of this $200,000, I would say, because his face was the main thing about it. You could have taken the boyfriend out the whole picture. All right. We splitting this down the middle. I'm getting half of this money. All right. So he should have gotten $200,000, but he was not given, not that he wasn't able to, he wasn't given it. He was only given $75,000. He's like, okay, 400,000 minus 75,000. Y'all cheating me out some money, y'all. 125 to be exact. Okay. So he was like, nah, we ain't doing this, y'all. So he went, he was like, yo, you ain't giving my freaking money. They end up getting caught and whatnot. They got the little jail time, probation, and all this other stuff. And it's all because of this crazy scam that went on. It said, It said Bobbitt was admitted into the New Jersey Judiciary Recovery Court program in March 2019 after pleading guilty to conspiracy to commit theft by deception in the second degree, allowing him to seek treatment for addiction problems. Bobbitt is the homeless dude. Instead of being incarcerated. So he got, was some kind of like mental health kind of evaluation kind of thing, addiction and stuff like that. You get jail time, boom. So that is what happened. I just thought this was like the craziest thing ever. So, I mean, I knew people, people scam left and right. That's why for me, I'm one of those people that's like, I don't give out money. I mean, if you say, oh, well, I'm hungry, fine. Here's a burger, but I'm not just going to give out money because we had in my hometown, there was this dude who was homeless. Oh, I'm struggling. Oh, all this stuff. And then one day they actually ended up being on TV because one day someone followed them. They were like, something ain't right about you. They followed them. This person walked to I think it was not a brand new car, but it was a pretty decent car that they had. They went to their car and drove home. And this person was all on the news. And they even used to go to casinos too. And they saw him. They were like, yo, aren't you supposed to be homeless? We seen you one day. You drove off into a new car or whatever. And then one day you over here at the casino. What's going on? Oh, I mean, I am homeless. And then you have the lies that start. And this is why people are like, yo, I don't even want to give you money because you got a lot of people who are lying. And I remember I was on the bus and I actually had this driver who, it was a public bus and whatnot. I had this driver that actually looked like, he looked like Dave Chappelle. Like he actually looked like him and whatnot. And I was like, oh, okay. And then there was this dude he was a beggar or whatever, a homeless dude. It was a black dude. He always had his hair slick back. It looked like a lot of Jerry curl, extra gel, juice stuff that was there. Always wore like this gray kind of suit. So it was like kind of not, you could tell it wasn't a fitted suit. You know what I mean? It didn't look that clean. So I'm like, okay. I was just like, okay, I always see this guy kind of wearing pretty much the same thing, always with the same hairstyle, whatever. And then one day, he was like, he pretty much missed the bus and he was all the way on the other side. And then, the bus came and he wasn't over here. He was like going to run to bus. He was like, he'll be back. And then he was like, pretty much, I don't like this dude. You could get the vibe. And he was like, he's a professional beggar. It was just one of those things where it was like, get a job, dude. Everyone else has to work for their money and you're gonna, because what you're doing, you're making it worse for people who actually do need the help because you're too lazy to get a job, whether they can't get one because they really fell on tough times or whatever the case may be. You're like, oh, well, I'm gonna just pretend to be like y'all and profit and I'm gonna just profit from all of this. Meanwhile, I'm going back to my house. I was reading this thing. Some people making hundreds of dollars a day, y'all. Just pretending to be in the situation to get sympathy from other people. And that's really messed up. That is really messed up. That happened. So I don't know. I'm kind of happy y'all getting this. Because you did deceive people. So that's really the main thing. You lied. It's not like it was just like, oh, a little what? No, y'all really lied. Okay. Y'all were only hoping to get 10, but y'all end up getting 400, so y'all lied, you play stupid games. You know what I mean? But those are my thoughts and opinions on it. Do you guys have any kind of crazy hometown stories of homeless people scamming or anything? I would love to hear those down in the comments down below. And until then.